Hello there. We're just gonna work more on this thing. Is this too loud? Hi, it's me, Scott. What if I had a cooler name? Maybe I'll get a cooler name. Last night when I was streaming, I was feeling increasingly worse. Like every second I was feeling worse because I got 2 shots yesterday. One was for this arm, second shingles vaccine shot. This arm, first of 3 HPV vaccine shots. And they both hit me so hard. It was like a wreck all night. It's not good. It's not good, but I'm feeling better now. It was just like a 24-hour kick in the pants, I think. I'll show you something funny. You may not think it's funny. I think it's a little funny. Like my sleep quality last night. I don't want to show personal private information. Look at that. Look at all the red is bad. Red means you're waking up. Not good. It's not a good night's sleep. Anyway, let's work on this thing. Okay. I poked at this a little bit after the stream. So, what are we doing? I forgot even which. We got too many windows open. I don't like the way Firefox does this. We got too many things open. And Grimbone. Sometimes you just gotta poke a thing. Not a crime. Okay, so we're just taking. So I got dashy lines. I got non-dashy lines. Right now but all lines are dashy. The thing I was just thinking about is like the placement of the text is really obnoxious because I don't know like what the bounding structure of the text is. Troika text 3.js. You would kind of hope that it's centered. Would be a thing that was a cool thing. But I don't know that. Where do we do this? Oh, yeah, okay. Why is this just called text? Not a very good name. Let's call it label text or something. Why am I using a 3D framework? Grumbone, sometimes things just get into your head and then you're like, well, that's a silly idea. Let's just think about it and then let it go. And then sometimes those things just keep coming back and they just keep coming back. And so and the more I get into this, the more it's clear that it's not a very good idea, but I'm basically like making a 3D SVG. I don't know why I'm doing this. Anyway, we're doing it, at least for now, until I just decide that it's not interesting anymore. But, you know, when you have the motivation is a rare thing, right? It's a rare, valuable thing. And so I'm just trying to make use of it. Do you think it's center anchored? Is that what we need to do? Yeah, it's just, wow, that's what I was going to say. Sometimes I don't know what this is. Is this Copilot? Sometimes the thing just types what I was going to type anyway. Did that work? Did that do anything? It's very weird. Like, I guess that's like kind of where we want this stuff. Let's go find a puzzle. Ideally something that has, look at that thing. Look at that. You think we can draw this? Ugh, it's got just stuff all over the place. Okay, it looks great, but it's terrifying. I just wanted to find something with maybe some that had cages and, okay, this has lines and cages, right? This is a reasonable thing to do with her life. Grumman, tell me about your sluices. Is that what those things are called? Your sluices, tell me all about them. Okay, if we do this, what does that do? I mean, kinda did it. It kinda sorta did it. The thing is like where actually do you want the text to be? Let's do this. This loose mats. Obviously, there's loose mats. Oopsie. Wait, what did I do? Oh no. Like, maybe there's some slight perspective weirdness here. Maybe we need to not be bumped up so high in the sky. But generally, it kind of looks like that's where that goes. I mean, the 3 looks like it's supposed to be on the little corner, right? 5 little corner. It looks like it's just on the little corner. I think we need to not draw the text background. But this also doesn't really quite look like it's on the little corner, does it? Wait, you're telling me these 3D printed sluice mats are paying for themselves? So I don't really want the text backgrounds. I think like if the class is text BG, do we just ignore it? At least for the moment. Wait, hang on. Is that not what it was called? What are those things called? Ugh. Like class cage killer cage label. The problem is I just don't know how consistent that stuff is. Is it like, is a cage label always a cage? Like if a rect, these are presumably this is like the background to this, right? So if something is a like cage, don't draw rects. Don't draw rects that are cage labels or something like that. But I don't know that I don't feel like that other puzzle did that, did it? Cages. Maybe it does. Okay. What is it? So, okay, wait. What is it? What do you mean by older dirt? How old is this dirt? Dirt's generally pretty old, right? I think of dirt as a pretty old product. I forgot what I was doing. We were going to try to just ignore. We want to print the cages, but we don't want to do like rects inside the cages. I mean, one thing we could do is when maybe that's the thing to do is like for draw rects. Maybe we need to make a draw rects, and just don't put any cages in there. How's that sound? These are our rects, right? Why does this look so long? We'll still draw all the text because we're selecting text from everywhere. But this is not what we want. We want to... What have we done? We want to not draw... Like in this case, we kind of just don't want any rects, right? What if we did this? Just for the moment. And then when we draw text, where did we put it? Up in the sky somewhere? Some of this stuff makes... Get out of here. Some of this stuff doesn't make any sense. Font size. I don't know. I don't know why that's purple also. Old dirt. I see. You've got a dirt recycling strategy, obviously. I mean, annoyingly, is it not actually center? Is it like left, center, and like the left-hand side or something? Where do we do our anchors? That feels like it doesn't make any sense at all. But maybe there's something. That's why we got to figure out how to do the thing where we collapse all the CSS that I've been ignoring because it seems really obnoxious. But if we look in here, 23 hour TPU print. Oh, we can turn on a background. Why not? Why not? Look at that. That's cool. It's a little jarring. Wait. Uh-oh. Hang on. Oh no. Stop. Sorry. Not what I wanted. I could hear my computer get angry. I could hear Grimbone get angry. I've really only printed at home. I've still only printed PLA. At the museum, I've printed ABS. That's fun. Let's do some wavy spheres. Is that too much? Okay. So, what are we trying to do? Yeah, right. So these labels inside, not cell grids, inside cage something, inside cages. There's like this text, but it's called this class nonsense. But how is it aligned? I mean, so like the top aligned and then it's sort of like bisected by the line, I guess is how I describe it, which is not really what we have going on. We're too far to the left somehow because we did center middle, because it almost looks like it wants, I don't want to do this, but it almost looks like it's like left middle or something. Doesn't that look kind of right? Actually even looks maybe even a little low. Is it top? I don't even know that. What is the difference between TPU 95A and 85A? Okay, definitely not top. The bottom? Is it baseline? Something like that? Ooh, even more squishy. We also did invert everything, so... I'm gonna ignore this problem for the moment. Because I think if we look in here, we'll probably see like that the computed style tells us something about the text alignment. Good boy. How does one know that? I don't actually see it. I see the dominant baseline is middle. So there's that. Also the size Font size, 13 pixels. Oh boy, I don't know really how we're gonna arrive at that. You kind of do want a background, I guess, huh? Like, excuse me. Does this, if we put the backgrounds back, what does it do? That's just not where you'd expect those to be. Are are like all the rects in the wrong place because of the Y or something? Like, is there maybe all my rects are? They kind of look like they need to have a minus Y somewhere. Probably in here somewhere. We do set it negative, but I think that's not enough. I think we have to set it negative and then add the height. Does that sound true? That seem true or false? You kind of expect that. Yeah, that's what one would expect. So, I mean, you could do that. Do these have a color in this land? The rect. So weird that there's alpha in here, but gosh, it really sucks that this is done as a style like this. Am I supposed to parse that? You kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's got to be a way to do that, right? Also, where's the music? Like a way to say, I want to collapse everything. This is probably a thing you just can't collapse, though. It's just annoying that this is like defined as a style and not defined as like a property of the, like this. Fill and stroke are defined as the dude. Having to pull those out of this style is annoying. I'm sure there's ways to do it, but it's kind of annoying. Like, I guess we try to get it here. Do you think you can get like a specific? I mean, the reasoning is that Sven, the author of Sudoku Pad, already did all the work to learn how to like draw the puzzle and draw it as an SVG. And so if I use the SVG as my source of truth, it means I don't have to actually do any work to figure out like how do you draw the rules, how do you draw Sudoku or whatever. As long as I can just take, basically I just want to draw his state as 3D, and then I'll have like parity with it. So when people stream and are using Sudoku Pad, which most people use, they can have a weird goofball 3D version. For no other reason than I think it's kind of funny. I don't like. There's lots of things that are making me think that this isn't a great idea, but it's fine. How do you get like? Oh, we have to get the computed style. You should. It's like peeking under the cards. What is the parameter for get computed style? Oh, no. We want like window. The annoying thing is like, I don't know the computed style, do I? Because I'm not actually drawing this anywhere. Do I have to put this somewhere to be able to talk about it? Uh-oh. What are you mad about? Well, yeah, sure, because I did a bad job. Smart. I mean, one of the problems with this is one of the rule sets is fog, and you'll be able to just see behind the fog. Actually, I don't think that's true. I don't think you'll be able to penetrate it. Okay, how do we see the style? It would be for rectangles, right? Somewhere with a rect. Too much logging in here. CSS style properties. Okay, so we get all the nonsense. Do we actually get what we want though? Okay. Kinda. Whoa. Fill. Set the fill. Looks blank. Not promising. I'm sure there's a way to do this. I probably have to add it to the thing, right? Like, probably has to be part of the document to have a computed style, one might assume. Because otherwise fill is... a lie. Wait, where's Phil? Because right now Phil is 0. Feel 0. How's Australia? Are you on fire right now? Yeah, it's definitely in there. So annoyingly, I think we maybe have to like add it to the document somewhere. Just hidden. This file's a mess. Somebody should clean this up. So we say what? We say, what are you mad about? What do we do when we load it? We do this. And then what we actually want to do is do like get element by ID. Come on, you do it. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Come on, you can do it. Is that the way to do it? It's not. It's not, no. I insist. It's not. Do you think, this isn't gonna work at all, right? Did work. We still get fill. Let's fill mode. Wait, 25,000 kilometers wide is on fire? What's out there? Dingoes? Okay, that actually seemed to work, which is a little bit shocking. So I was able to just stick text in there and it like did the thing. Weird. Unexpected. $25,000 meters. Okay. That's a little different. That's still a lot. But 25,000 kilometers would have been ludicrous. How big around is the Earth? Okay, so this is kind of sort of working, and then I guess then we would try to pull the color from there. I don't know if this is the most fruitful way to do this, but it is a way that we could get the style then, because then we could also say, try this or try the style dot property, get property value fill. You think that works? Okay, I'm ready to see this picture. That doesn't look good. Where are you? Like down here somewhere? You live south of Mount Baba? I forgot where you lived. Wait, no, are you over here? Are you near Melbourne? You're out here, over here. Good. I'm going to say just stay away from Mount Baba. Definitely don't go anywhere near Midamida. That's a bummer. Is the air quality awful? Is it like living in a hellscape? I know I say this every time, but we haven't been on fire for a while. Oregon has not been in flames for a moment. Might extrude is too extruded. Okay, we got a little whatever these are. Air quality is the worst. Do you have beautiful sunsets though? That's like that's an upside, right? Maybe perhaps a minor consolation for entire universe being on fire. One problem with these lines is I think they scale, I don't think they shrink. I think there was a used world coordinates. That sounds bad. I'm sorry. But you're still out looking for gold? I'm up here in Alaska looking around for gold. We want a parameter to this that's like and then we want to say that the cages are true for the line width. Why am I doing this? You met some French people? Oh no, you're teaching the French people how to pan for gold. They're going to steal your gold. Why would you do that? Didn't you see the treasure of Sierra Madre? It's literally about that exact scenario that you just described. Maybe. I think it's pretty much about that. The more gold that they get for free is less gold for you. Yeah, this contractor, Pat McCormick, recruits Fred C. Dobbs and Bob Curtin, two broke American drifters, as roughneck to help construct oil derricks. Wait, no, that's not it. Where do they? That's where they meet Howard. He's a loquacious ex-miner, and he talks to them about prospecting, the perils of striking it rich. Yeah, they go out prospecting, but nobody trusts anybody else. Cody tells him, see, this is what's going to happen. You're going to end up killing someone named Cody. This is just a cautionary tale. This whole thing for you, cautionary tale. So, what do we want? We want to draw a path. We want to say draw paths. We want to say when we draw the cages that they should be skinny and true, and these people should be another number. Maybe these should all be world space, like world coordinates. You don't know any Codys? If you meet a Cody, you need to get out of there. Why didn't that work? Oh, that because I put the parameter in the wrong place. That's not how this works. How about that? A little chunky. What? Huh? How do you use it? You think if we do the used world coordinates? The problem is I feel like the dashes broke when we did the world coordinates thing. Right? They like collapsed into a nightmare. Wasn't it like world units? It just makes the dashes not, they're not very dashy, I gotta say. But maybe we can just make them smaller. So maybe world units. This is 1 and this is like 0.1 or something. What does that do? Yeah, that's probably right. If just stab Cody. Okay. That looks not too bad. Look at that. Sudoku. We did it. We lost our text somehow now. Also, world units. Why does the extrusion of the rect look thicker than it? Depth. Bevels don't look very good. Right? Something looks a little weird. Why do they look so weird? Is that the depth of the bevel or the depth of the extrude? I don't like it. Okay. What do we do? We make the for now. Let's just pop the text higher. Okay. What are we doing here? Why are we doing this? Okay, but we basically have this puzzle drawn, right? We got numbers. Looks incredible, in fact. Let's find a blobs puzzle. What's in Narcobi Nights? No, wrong button. Sorry, this button. Circles. I want to do this puzzle. Okay, let's... We gotta do the thing where you actually like draw the digits and stuff, right? Forgot about that part. Copy powder HTML. So I feel like we're going to be missing something. No, we got look at those. We got circles. The problem is those are not supposed to be. We have a number of. I have a number of concerns. One thing is our circles aren't round, which is pretty weird. It's something about how our, I just copied and pasted, so I don't know how it worked. I don't really want to figure that out. That text is much bigger, you'll notice. What's this supposed to look like? Those are supposed to be circles. The alignment really doesn't look very good, does it? How do we make a circle? I mean, given this nonsense. So we're saying move to the center and then go to the top. Y plus. From X, so we're starting in the middle, and we want to go to Y plus the radius. They're not like here, or is it here? I think it's here. And then we want to draw a line. I think it's not, that's our problem. This shouldn't be a quadratic curve. Or no. We want, we do like not a quadratic curve. How about just an arc? What does that do if it's supposed to be a square, though? Like, what would be the actual correct way to draw this? Coordinate of the control point. But what if it really was just... I want that, but not quadratic, you know? I want it like a sinusoidal version. Can I just have that? Like, you could probably figure this out with where the... can imagine doing it with Bezier. It's just, I don't know, like, quadratic Bezier curve or a cubic Bezier curve. But you can't do a cubic? How do you think, I mean, arc is probably actually the right answer. Right? Like, we could imagine this. We move there, and then you do a line and a curve, line and a curve, and instead of doing these, you would try to do an arc. We'll see. We'll just let our friend guess and see how our friend does with the guessing. Nailed it. Basically just nailed it, I would say. Interesting. So I think we want that. Okay. And somehow we're just like offset in a weird way. Because we don't want to line 2. So is this supposed to be like oh, okay, look at that. Okay, okay, and then this is probably going to be the lower left corner. Not the lower left corner. Oh, it must go sideways and then go up and then go over. And then so these need to be 0. And there's probably actually an offset, but let's assume for a moment that there's no offset. Right, and now height needs to be something like radius or negative radius. Negative radius. Oh, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. It's always nice to check in, Grimron. I'm sorry your world is on fire. I'm not going to stream for too long. This is bedtime. This is a nice, relaxing, wind down stream. Rounded, rect. This is probably wrong, right? It's done everything wrong so far, so why would it? Hey, maybe it's going to start being correct. How about that? Okay, last one. You can do it, Copilot. You got this. Look at those. We did it. Our text is not where we want it, but Let's ignore that for the moment. Okay. So that's something, but the problem is as follows. I think if we look in here, we will find what? Yeah, those are supposed to have a fill. I don't know, fill and a stroke? We're going to ignore the stroke for now. But for the fill, how do we lose our fill? It looks like the fill should be white, doesn't it? Doesn't it? I mean, what is that square? What's that square? Oh, that's the selection. Oh, funny. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Don't know what to say about that at the moment. So why is my fill I mean it's these F, right? Is it because I made them Fong or something? Yeah. It's really that dark in here? What about is it the mesh standard material? Not what we want, probably. But why is it so grubby? It's cool that saves that. Not cool. Okay. Transparent or not opacity. So the mesh standard material has a color. Why is it so dark? I want to see that exact example though. There's a cool truck. Don't see what lighting rig they're using. So they just have a directional light and a hemispherical light. I mean, maybe that's the problem. I didn't actually pay attention to the lights at all. Let's just steal these lights. Okay. They're like little pucks. This is the mesh standard material. smooth. What was that smooth? No, it wasn't that. It was the flat. Oh, flat. Sorry, flat shading. Flat shading. I mean, it looks like our shading is flat, even when it's not. I'm not gonna worry about that very much right now. Okay, we got little pucks. We have white text floating above them. We have that fun little selection square. At some point, we're going to try to draw the real grid. Which, is the grid included in here? Doesn't seem to be. Well, it's like invisible. Okay, so the text that goes on those. They have row and column labels. Not really what I'm interested in. There's this given cell text. Do this count as givens? Oh, because they are givens. They just are givens. So we want to probably draw those in a different way. Uh-oh. Is that not what it was called? Cell something. Cell-givens. ID. Query selector all. Cell givens. And then inside that we're supposed to be looking for text. What did I break? I just misspelled something. Sorry. Query selector and query selector all. Okay, so we're drawing those. Are we drawing those? Yes, they're just small people. So we don't have the color in those, unfortunately. Okay, let's see what this robot says. So we're cloning the thing. Yeah, it's the get computed style again. And we go through and stick them inside. Okay, seems not too far from what we're doing over here. Copy object. What did that do? That didn't seem like it worked at all. Oh, because it's not SVG. It's SVG. Did it actually do the thing? Children? No, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the SVG renderer. SVG renderer. Okay, robot, how do we do? Oops. Okay, what did this do? Does this seem like it did a thing? So like for our text, it doesn't really look like it did anything useful, right? Looks like it just stripped things away and didn't actually. Like we just lost the contents of what do you in here? Cell givens. Class cell given. Yeah, it should have a color and it should have a fill. I see. Okay. That makes more sense. Let's try this. Oopsie. Okay. Better? Worse? Yeah. We got a lot of classes. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at all these classes. Too much. Gross. Okay. Are we getting there? Maybe. Okay. Text anchor middle. Doesn't really help with the height thing. I don't know what to do about that exactly. Like, look at the Y. Oh, those are the labels. I see. We care about the cell givens. Which unfortunately has styling as well. Text anchor is start. But then when you change it to text anchor is middle. Okay. Well, anyway, at least we can get the color, it would appear. We can get the color for those. But what about the size? Size 48. I don't really know what the scaling are. These are pixel sizes, so maybe it is just a matter of dividing that. So let's look for fill and let's look for font size when we draw our text. Nope. You can do it. So I think it's color. Maybe. Oh. Well. Interesting. The positioning is insane. Let's turn off the anchors for a moment. Do you think that there's a position on the like top level or something? Why is our positioning so bad? All we changed was the size. Was changing the size enough to cause a disaster? Oh, it's so little. They're just like, it's just so remarkably wrong. Just for making the size bigger. Did label text sync? I mean, purely in terms of scale, it seems correct. It just seems way, and it's off in both X and, but it looks like it's translated in its offness. And even when we had the X anchor set to the middle, it was even worse. No. Why do we think this is? But this totally broke it, right? Setting them. Do you think there's something about you have to position it after you set the size and anchor or something? Is there something like... It seems slightly less broken somehow. Right. Well, one of these we just need to subtract the height. We don't know the height. Well, we don't have to subtract the height, I guess, unless we say this is like... I don't know. I don't know what these are supposed to be. Middle what we had in here before. Huh. What, I mean, bottom made it almost seem right, but I just don't know, like, relative, what's the actual positioning? Can we figure that out from here? Do we get, does it draw correctly here now? Not exactly, actually. But wonder why that is. Is it like because the font itself is different or something? But that makes it seem like it didn't bake in every single thing, but it also, whatever the case, it seems like my thing is extra broken. Is there some other font size? We have text anchor middle. Which that seems like that would, like conform to anchor X middle. Oh, it's not middle, it's center. How's that? Still bad, right? Why? Why? There's nothing that offsets the givens or something, is there? Totally obvious way. 32, 35, 8. But we feel like the SVG is reasonably right. I think. And it was only by making it bigger. There's not some problem where there's line feeds. That would be so silly. Not appear to be the case. We get the X attribute, we get the Y attribute. We inverted the Y, which could still be a problem, but ignoring that for the moment. Because that should not affect the X. I had an idea and then I forgot it promptly. Oh yeah, there's line feeds around the text because it does the full inner HTML. Can I do that? Look at there. Okay. So now the problem is the Y position. And maybe an easier answer, if we could, is anchor the Y to bottom or bottom baseline. Not sure which, maybe that's wrong. So that is pretty close to what we have here, right? Like weirdly vertically offset for reasons no one understands, but top EX. What does that mean? Middle's not right. Middle's also wrong, but a little closer, I guess. I'm going to leave it as bottom baseline for the moment, just because that's the closest thing that we have. And I don't want to go super deep with Troika, just because I think we do want like some extruded type at some point. It would be fun here. Okay. Okay, so we've generally drawn the thing. Should we try to draw the grid? Like, is the grid the labels cell grids? What is that? Oops. Beautiful. Not exactly what we're looking for. Did we close everything even if it wasn't supposed to be closed while we were experimenting? Well, I mean, you know. Why do you think it does that? Is it because it's a bunch of segments? Like, it probably is, right? Like more than one move? Doesn't appear to be, though. I mean, it does have a Z. And there's multiple lines. So why Geometric precision, non-scaling stroke. Yeah, look at that top thing. Has all kinds of multiple moves. So actually, anytime there's a move, you need to create a new guy. Right? Like, move. Should create the path. And then what? You kind of need something, I think, like I'm just trying to decide how much we care. We could obviously just draw the base grid, but it's better, I think, to pull it from the puzzle. We just need a way to support that particular, you know. Something like this. Why are you doing that? That will say, like, not undefined, we got to do a thing else. Right? Something like this, where we're saying, start looking at the thing, and then maybe this is called like a new path. Or, you know, it's like check for new path. And then when the path is done, this is silly, but we'll just, because it's something like this. Something like this. Just to make sure we pull multiple paths out. Okay. Do what now? Look at that. A grid. Unbelievable. Somehow we don't have everything drawn. How did we miss one line? Probably because, like, we need to, like, finish path at the end also. Okay, that's not very elegant, but, like, I think that's kind of the idea. Uh-oh. Finish path. If it's not undefined. Why didn't that work? Because that would have meant, I mean, I'm assuming that's this, the big one at the top, right? This one. And it should just have a move and then a line. So why is that a problem? I should have started a new path. We need to loop through the segments. We're inverting these values. And we say, hey, there's a new path. And then we need to say that after we've done everything, we need to say like, hey, if the path still exists, if we haven't done it, like, we still need to finish the path. If it's not undefined, which it should not be, because we would have said it here. Yeah, that's you, right? This is us logging that path. Seems like that's getting called. Is it because this is not starting? This is starting as null instead of undefined or something silly like that? Huh. No, we started a path. Why are you mad? Is this not where it should be? Yeah, that's why. It should not be in the loop. That's why. Okay. But then it means we also need to be sure that these are outside of the loop too. That's my problem. Okay. Those are quite delicate lines. Quite delicate. I don't know why they're so delicate, actually. Because the dotted lines don't seem quite that delicate. Oh, it's because they're... It's... I don't really want the grid helper. I think we're competing with the grid helper. It's still a little like swimmy. I still like to maybe appear and disappear at certain angles. What a pain in the butt. Is this worth it? Is this worth the trouble? No, it's not. Cell grids. We want to have like some kind of offset, like a depth. Maybe. Draw paths. Like the Z. Whenever we add one. Where did we add them? Yeah, oh, yeah, well, okay, because it's got to be like line geometry. Something like this. Doesn't seem like it worked, did it? That was the cell grids. No, that's not what we want. We want maybe... I mean, you could do that, maybe, but it's probably easier to say, like, line dot... Can you do that? What's the matter with you? Where's that? Doesn't that seem like that didn't work? There must be, I must be not using all parameters or something, right? Is that my problem? Like the paths dashed, right? Can you not do that? Guess not. Okay. Cute. Okay. Okay. Never copy Nights by Blobs. What about oh no, this has these blue, look at these blue things. Try it. Maybe it'll work. Feels unlikely actually, but maybe. I mean, kind of. How do we lose our... No, there's our given digit. We lost our cages. That's what happened. So the cage... we did lose our cell. But that's okay. We're making some progress. Maybe. I don't know what... we're still drawing all rect. Yeah, so we could split that up. Which I almost certainly want to do. Just to give more layers to things. So the text, though... It's supposed to be in cages. Yeah, so we're supposed to also draw text from cages. I mean, kinda. Sorta. Its alignment seems different. But kinda, sorta. The height, it's quote unquote correct. It's just lifted for whatever dumb reason. I kind of don't want to draw those little background boxes. How do we not do that? Draw rects. We want to do like where's all this stuff? Is in underlay. And then there's other stuff in cages, and then is there overlay too? So underlay. Where's our blue boxes? Cell grid, cell highlights. Is it inside cages? No, because we said cages. It's here. It's an underlay. That. to send some screenshots to Blobs of this deep silliness. Blobs is probably playing Factorio right now. Okay, what about what are those circles? Those are threatening. Let's try it. I'm gonna find something that's a little bit of color to it. Wait, that's on Wakabi. Oh no! Don't let me draw that. Could I draw this? Looks challenging. I just want something with some lines. Cute. You think we can draw Kathy? Oh no, we want to do the thing, right? This. Oh no. Kathy's deeply broken. What's wrong with Kathy? Okay, those paths might be too much for us with our current technology. Try to find something a little simpler. We can probably do this, maybe. It's got some funny paths in there too, though. I'll try it. I gotta go to bed. Bedtime. Well, you know, we tried. We got some things. Our pink is not as pink as one might hope. We got our little bell. What are we missing is all of these. What are those? Where does this stuff live? Overlay, maybe? Or we're not drawing anything yet? Arrows? Are we drawing things in arrows? Yeah. See underlay. Yeah, overlay has a ton of stuff. I see. So seems like you would at least need to do this. And when we draw rects. Uh-oh. I think the strokes. Something about the way the colors are happening is not very happy, but that's fairly close. Okay, I just want to find one that we can draw and feel good about ourselves. Too complicated. Okay, surely. Surely we can draw this, right? Okay, one more. Just give me one more that looks semi sort of coherent. I'll probably draw that one. Okay. Okay. Well, we kind of sort of did a thing. I kind of feel like the base rendering is enough there that it might be interesting now to try to get the real-time stuff going. Maybe. I would like that to be real extruded geometry instead of, I think it's just like billboardy tube stuff, but. Okay, I really must go. To bed. It's bedtime. It's well past bedtime. Okay, good night, friends. Thanks for stopping by, Grumbone. Thanks for stopping by, whoever else stopped by. And thanks for everybody who watches this in the future to see this ridiculous 3D Sudoku. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Like, it's an idea I enjoy, but like seeing the like annoyances of like, oh man, like it's either a huge burden to deal with the Sudoku rules at the Sudoku rule level, which I don't want to do that, or it's a burden to try to do this like SVG to 3D. Maybe it's just not cool enough. Maybe it's just like not funny enough. But I think we'll just at least do another stream or two and just try to do real time, like where it just comes real time over from Sudoku pad. I don't exactly know how to do that because the broadcast thing didn't work for reasons that are now obvious. And it seems annoying. It seems annoying to set up a some kind of WebSocket server something. I don't know. Is there a way to do cross-origin browser to browser communication? Actually, maybe there is one way. The one way I can think of is I think Windows can talk to Windows that they spawn. And so if I injected nonsense into Sudoku pad, it would be able to spawn this and then talk to it. The problem with that is then I have to, just makes testing harder. The other alternative is it's a grease monkey thing, which is probably easier. Probably. I don't know. Unclear. I'm leaving. Good night.